Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new, and welcome to Impromptu Cancer Vlog Dos. That was weird, and ignore the weird. Oh, I need to calm down. I'm kind of like all over the place right now. But what I was saying is, welcome back to another cancer vlog. I was gonna film this earlier, but I honestly forgot, and I was just super tired, so I just kind of went home and chilled. But if you haven't watched my first cancer vlog, you should go watch that. I kind of explained my cancer a little bit, but I'll just say it again. I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma. I don't even remember the day, but I probably should. I just know it was at least like 3 weeks ago. But these are just like little daily cancer vlogs, like basically updating what I had to do today and stuff like that, so I can remember for myself and I can share this with my family and friends, and so you guys can see it too. Obviously, I don't look like a cancer patient right now. I still have my long blonde hair, but I haven't started chemo because they want, oh, this is so complicated because they want to, but then they don't want to. But they're going to, first they want to take out my wrist bone, whatever. I explained it in my last video. They want to take that out, but the option of chemo, like, is still, I don't know, there. So it's still a possibility, but luckily I have the chance to do a pretty complex surgery, but I'm going to do that first. And my tumor at this point isn't like so aggressive that I need to like do surgery right away or like get on chemo right away. Like, I had a little bit of time to breathe and like look at my options and whatever. Okay, so basically today I am out of school now, so I don't really worry about missing school for appointments, because if you didn't know, I missed a ton of school for appointments. I was always at the hospital. I always had appointments. I always had to talk to doctors. So I missed a lot of school. I got out on June 1st, so I've only been out for a few days because it's June 5th. Yes, it's June 5th today. So I got out on June 1st, so I didn't miss school, but I also got an extension into summer to work on makeup work and other finals and stuff that I didn't get to finish during the actual school year since I was absent so much due to all of my appointments because of a little tumor in my wrist. I mean, who would have thought, right? My first appointment was at 9:15 today, so it takes me about an hour to get down to Mayo. So I had to get up pretty early, and I was really mad about that because it is summer and I don't want to wake up early anymore. I'm so sick of it. But I woke up around 7:30 to get myself ready. I checked in kind of late, so that was a little awkward. I hate checking into appointments late because I don't want to set anything back. It makes me feel bad and it just stresses me out. But everything went fine. I still got in. Basically, my first appointment was another CT scan. I've had, I don't know, I think that might have been my third CT scan. My first one was for like my chest and lungs and stuff, and I think I got another one for that later. But this one today was like a fancy CT scan, and it was more for my blood vessels of my upper extremity, if you like my medical terms there. So yeah, I thought for some reason last week they told me that my CT was going to be in my legs, but I was wrong apparently. It's on my upper half. I was really confused about that, but I was really wrong. So when I got checked in and a nurse came to get me from the doors, and they told me they would be giving me contrast, which is like a medicine they put through an IV, so I had to get an IV. You can see a little dot there. It's nothing, not a big deal. Everyone like freaks out about IVs, but I've gotten so many IVs that I don't like. It's nothing, honestly. And I said that to one of my nurses. They're like, that's probably not the best thing to get used to. I'm like, you're right, dude. You're right, but I'm used to it. So they put in an IV, and it was just funny because I was talking to the doctors and stuff. Well, the nurses who were putting it in. And they were asking about dance and stuff, and I was just telling them about that. And he's like, oh, won't it be hard to dance and stuff? And I'm like, no, like, I don't have any pain. And then he's like, oh, are you, like, coming in, like, here for, like, a broken wrist? And that would hurt if I had a broken wrist. I'm like, no, I actually have osteosarcoma in my wrist. And he's like, oh, like, just, like, the difference between, like, he's like, ah, just a broken wrist, and then I, like, actually told him, and he's just like, I'm so sorry. It was just funny. So they gave me that, and they took me back to a waiting room, like, another lobby, and I get so lost in it. Like, everything looks the same, and there's so many hallways, and I just am like, pfft. So they brought me back to this little waiting room, and there was, like, this really cute old guy watching HGTV, and my mom was not with me at that point because we were already late, so she was parking the car by herself. So I was alone, and I hate being alone at the hospital because I just don't know what's going on. And so I was watching HGTV with this cute old guy who was sipping, like, he had to drink, like, 3 bottles of something, and it was crazy. I could never do that. So I didn't have anything going in my IV. It was just the tube in me at that point. And then the nurse came and got me and took me back to another room where they do the scans, I guess. So I went in there, and I just sat down. They got all the scan stuff ready. Took them forever, but whatever. So I sat around there for a little bit, and I laid down, and they first just took a normal scan without the contrast. So I had to put my arm up above my head like this, so they could, like, I don't know why they always do that. I don't know why it's never by my side, because that's so much more comfortable. But I had to keep my arm up like this, and they taped, like, across my palm. This is really awkward. I'm, like, standing right now. They taped across my palm to the table. So I was literally, like, taped to the table because in case I had a twitch. So they took that, and then one of the nurses came in who, like, specializes in IVs, and she, like, looked at my vein and stuff, and she's like, it was just funny because she's just like, ooh, this is a good vein, I like it. And I just think it's funny how, like, doctors geek out over that stuff, like, geek out over our vein, like, whoa. So she looked at the vein, and then she told me they were just going to check it by putting in, like, this flush thing, I don't know. And she's like, it might give you a salty taste in your mouth, and it did. It was so weird. It was just, like, probably, like, some sort of saline solution. I don't really know what it was. So I put that through my IV. So they put that through my IV just to test it and stuff, and then they did a couple more scans, and then she told me, since it was my first time getting contrast, which for some reason I thought I had gotten contrast before, like, during my MRI, because they gave me something in my IV, but I don't remember, but it definitely was not contrast, because let me tell you, that was the weirdest feeling ever, and you will never forget it if you have it. But so she started injecting the contrast, and she said it might make you feel hot, and, like, the nurses before had told me it makes you feel like you had to pee, and I was like, nah, it can't be that bad, like, not that bad. Let me tell you, it is that bad. I literally thought I peed my pants. It was so uncomfortable, and then I couldn't look to see if I did because I can't move because they're taking the pictures, and it was so stressful. But it starts burning, like, right when it goes, like, through in the source, and then it starts, like, between your ears, and then, like, it's like a wave down your body. Oh my god, it's the weirdest feeling. And then everything was just hot. I thought I was, like, burning. And it doesn't last very long, maybe, like, 2 minutes tops. Like, the scan's really short. So we finished the scan. I felt fine. The contrast starts to, like, it makes you really dehydrated. So they gave me, like, 2 bottles of water to take out, and I had to finish those for the day, which I didn't. So it kind of made me a little bit, like, tired and lightheaded since I was dehydrated. So that only took until, like, 10, I think, at the most, because of, like, waiting around and stuff like that. So I finished up that scan. So after my CT, I just sat outside for a little bit in, like, the little patio garden, because it was such a nice day out, and I had to be stuck in the hospital. I was so mad. Okay, so I was just laying outside for a little bit. My next appointment was at 1:30 or 1:15. I don't really remember, honestly. And that was just another consult with my orthopedic surgeon. So I met with him, and we basically went over the procedure again. And that's basically taking out the fibula, which is the long bone on the outside of your leg. And so, well, first you're going to take out the distal radius. So you're going to take that out, and then you put in the fibula as, like, a placeholder, I guess. And like, it doesn't sound that complex, but it really is the way he explained it. And it's just, like, I don't know. It's obviously it's really scary because he told me I might not have, like, the full function of my wrist like I used to, which is always a little weird to, like, not be able to have something you used to. And my right, actually it might be my left, whatever leg they take the bone out of will be slightly weaker than the other because there's not as much support. And it's just a little bit scary. I don't know. So we just went over that again. And then my mom asked about other treatments. And I hadn't even thought about that, like, other treatments for it. Because I just think, like, the doctors tell me what's best. So I'm just going to go with that, you know? So, there were 3 other treatments he brought up. The first one being taking out the wrist bone again and putting it in a industrial-sized microwave. He explained it, and just cooking it until the cancer dies, and then putting it right back in again. The con with that apparently is you don't know if the cancer's all dead, so you might have to just take it out and do it again. And since you're cooking it at such a high level and you're killing everything in it, you're basically killing the rest of the healthy bone too. So it's kind of pointless, I guess. And then the other option was taking out the bone and then soaking it in liquid nitrogen, which basically freezes it away and kills the cancer. But same as microwaving it, you don't know if all the cancer is going to be gone, and it's just a little bit more risky, I guess. So there's that. And then the third one, which is the grossest one to me, is taking this bone out of a cadaver, which is a dead body. It kind of grosses me out to think, like, wow, I have a dead person's bone in my body. It's just weird to me. And then he basically continued on to say with the cadaver method, he would probably take out some of my fibula anyways, so it's like, why put a, like, because your bone is a living part of your body, so when you die, your bone dies and it becomes more fragile. It's basically just calcium, like, it's like scaffolding almost. It's just a little building. It's not alive. So he would basically take out my fibula anyways, so it's just, might as well take the whole thing. And that's what he basically told me about other methods. We had to sign the consent form to go on with surgery, and legally I am only 17, so I don't have full say if I get the surgery and if I don't. But, so my mom did sign it. She agreed to the surgery because it is the best option, best treatment out of them all so far. And he said he would not do the surgery unless I signed it, even though legally I have no say. But I did sign it. It's the best treatment. I'm not a doctor. I don't know the best, but I'm in really good hands, I think. So I went along with it, and I signed it too. We set up an appointment for, I don't even know. It's before, like, the 20th, because I go to Peru on Wednesday, and then I go to Nationals that weekend, and then on Monday I have that off. Thank God, a day to breathe. And then on Tuesday I go back to Mayo, and I get some blood work done, get some more labs and such to make sure I'm ready for surgery, I guess, the next day. And my check-in time will probably be 5:30, and that'll be at the St. Mary's campus, which is the same as Mayo, but it's just at a different place. Like, it's only, like, I don't even know, 5 minutes away. It's not even far. So my surgery will be there, which is also where I have my biopsy done. And then I also meet with my other surgeon, who will be working on reconstructing my wrist. My other doctor basically takes my wrist out and deals with the cancer, and then my other doctor that I'm meeting with on Tuesday basically reconstructs it and deals with my leg and such. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Just had another scan today, had a consult, have some tests when I get back from my trip. Again, if you want to follow me on this journey and you want to follow my family's journey, then make sure to subscribe and also like and comment. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm thankful for everyone that's decided to follow me on this journey, and I hope that you watching do too, and I'll see you next time. Bye!